What if the power of thought, the very thing that sets us apart, becomes our own worst enemy? In our quest for understanding and progress, we often find ourselves ensnared in the paradox of overthinking. Overthinking, to put it simply, is the process where the mind dwells on issues, thoughts, or experiences at length and beyond productive reasoning. It is when the gears of our mind, meant to drive us forward, get stuck in an endless loop, grinding against the same thoughts over and over. Now, it is important to differentiate between productive reflection and overthinking. Productive reflection is an essential part of growth, allowing us to learn from our experiences and adapt. Overthinking, however, is like a hamster running on a wheel, endlessly busy but going nowhere. This continual mental rerun can have a profound impact on our mental health. Overthinking creates a breeding ground for anxiety and depression, as we get lost in a forest of what-ifs and if-onlys. It's like being trapped in a whirlwind of thoughts where every worry, every fear, and every doubt is amplified, echoing in our minds with a discordant resonance. Moreover, overthinking can disrupt our daily functioning and decision-making. It's like trying to navigate through life with a foggy windshield, where everything seems unclear and distorted. We may hesitate, second-guess, and even paralyze ourselves into inaction, held captive by the fear of making a wrong decision. Yet, it is not just the big decisions that are affected. Even simple, everyday choices can become burdensome as we agonize over every potential outcome, every possible repercussion. Suddenly, choosing what to have for breakfast can feel as weighty as deciding on a career path. In essence, overthinking turns the power of thought against us, transforming our greatest asset into a formidable adversary. It blurs the line between reality and imagined scenarios, between rational concern and irrational fear. Indeed, overthinking is a silent and cunning thief that robs us of peace and joy. It hijacks our present, casting a shadow on our future, and leaves us in a self-inflicted state of turmoil. But what if there was an ancient philosophy that could help us combat the modern plight of overthinking? Enter Stoicism, a philosophy founded in the early 3rd century BC. Its roots are firmly planted in the rich soils of ancient Greece and Rome, where great thinkers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius proposed a way of life that still resonates today. Stoicism, at its core, is simple yet profound. It's about understanding and accepting that many things in life are beyond our control. From the weather to the actions of others, the Stoics recognize that these external happenings are not within our grasp to change. Instead, Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control: our reactions, our emotions, and our thoughts. It suggests that we can choose not to be disturbed by events, but rather to accept them, learn from them, and move forward. It's about realizing that our reactions to the world around us are the true sources of our discomfort, not the events themselves. In addition to this, Stoicism places a heavy emphasis on living in the present moment. It teaches us that dwelling on the past or worrying about the future is futile, as we can't change what has happened and we can't predict what will happen. The only moment we truly have is the present, and we should strive to live it fully and mindfully. So how does this ancient philosophy help us with overthinking? Well, by reminding us that we have the power to control our thoughts and reactions, Stoicism can help us break free from the chains of overanalysis. It encourages us to accept things as they are, to focus on the present, and to let go of unhelpful rumination. Stoicism, then, offers us a way to wrestle back control from the clutches of overthinking, a way to find peace in acceptance, strength in resilience, and wisdom in the present moment. It gives us the tools to navigate the tumultuous seas of our minds, steering us toward a life of tranquility and mental fortitude. How, you might ask, can we apply Stoicism to conquer overthinking? Allow me to share some strategies. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers practical and effective methods for managing the mind. One such strategy is the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness, in the Stoic sense, is not about emptying the mind, but rather filling it with awareness of the present moment. It's about stepping back from the whirlwind of thoughts and grounding yourself in the here and now. By focusing on the current moment, we can reduce the power that past regrets and future anxieties hold over us. Next is the strategy of focusing on what can be controlled. The Stoics believed that much of our distress comes from trying to control things outside our power. They encouraged us to differentiate between what we can control, our actions, reactions, and attitudes, and what we cannot, the actions of others, the passage of time, the weather. By focusing on the former and accepting the latter, we can reduce unnecessary worry and overthinking. Then, we have the acceptance of impermanence. This is the understanding that all things, good and bad, are transient. This helps us to not get too attached to or overthink about any particular situation or outcome. It's a reminder that no matter how difficult a situation might be, it will change, as all things do. Lastly, challenge your negative thoughts with logic. The Stoics were not ones for unwarranted pessimism. They believed in questioning our negative thoughts, asking ourselves if they were based in reality or just products of our overactive minds. By doing so, we can often find that our fears and worries are not as grounded in truth as we might have thought. These strategies, when practiced consistently, can help us break free from the chains of overthinking. Adopting a Stoic mindset isn't merely about combating overthinking. It's about embracing a path to inner peace. You see, the beauty of Stoicism lies not only in its ability to help us in the throes of overthinking, but also in its potential to foster a deep-seated sense of serenity. This ancient philosophy, with its emphasis on virtue, reason, and self-control, can equip us with the mental resilience to weather life's storms. It can embolden us to face adversity with courage, to accept what we cannot change, and to find contentment in the simplicity of life. Imagine a life where you are no longer shackled by the chains of overthinking, where your mind is not a battlefield, but a tranquil oasis. This is the promise of Stoicism. It teaches us that happiness is not a destination, but a journey. It's about finding joy in the process, in the growth, in the transformation. Integrating Stoicism into your life doesn't have to be a daunting task. Begin with small, manageable steps. Incorporate a moment of mindfulness into your morning routine. Ponder on the Stoic teachings as you sip your tea or coffee. Practice patience when things don't go as planned. Seek wisdom in the face of adversity. Gradually, as these principles become second nature, you'll notice a shift in your perspective, a newfound strength in your mental fortitude, and increased satisfaction with life. And remember, Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about understanding them, managing them, and using them as tools for personal growth. It's about recognizing that our thoughts and emotions are not our masters, but our companions on this journey of life. So, dear listeners, dare to tread the path of Stoicism. Dare to step out of the whirlwind of overthinking and into the calm of mental clarity. Dare to embrace the serenity that comes with understanding that we cannot control everything, but we can control how we respond. Remember, conquering overthinking isn't about silencing our thoughts. It's about learning to navigate them with wisdom.